Hello and welcome back to a new video here at Life with the Bridges. We have just returned back from our little Cornwall series that we did, and we had an absolute blast. It was so nice to have a week's worth of time away as a family, especially as the week prior to us going away, obviously was kind of swallowed up just by waiting for Teddy's results so we could go on this trip worry-free, and he was fantastic. So you are joining us back in a normal week here at Bridge HQ, but for now we are heading down to the woods for our morning little adventure, because that's what Teddy said he wanted to do, and we're just prioritising just jobs at home, getting washing done after our week away. So yeah, but let's head to the woods. You're doing amazing. Now we are back home as well. It means that training can commence in full swing, even though a lot of what we did when we were away in Cornwall, we did lots of long and lovely walks, which were fantastic. But they were walks with zero intent other than just to enjoy and take in the scenery and just be on holiday. Now I'm going to be doubling down on our training, because in 3 weeks and 2 days from this video, we are going to be taking on our biggest challenge yet, which is around about our 50-mile walk from the doors of Great Ormond Street Hospital back to our home doors, which is the journey that Teddy took when he rang the bell and finished his treatment. This is all for an amazing children's cancer charity called Lennox. So if anyone hasn't donated, then please click the link in our description below to make our donation. We are 2/3 of the way to our goal of £1,500 of donations. Any sort of donation is greatly appreciated, as it is going to be one hell of a walk. And to those of you who have already donated, we thank you beyond belief. Reaching 2/3 of our target already wouldn't have been possible without all of you that have already donated, so huge thank you to you. But for now, we're off on an adventure to the woods. You're going to tickle her with your leaf. I'm sure she'll love that. We are in the dark forest. We have to keep a lookout. Yeah.
I see an owl.
What can you see?
An owl.
An owl?
Yeah.
Oh wow. All you have to do is tell her to leave.
Yeah.
Willow, leave. Willow. Good girl. Good girlie. You're a good girl. Oh, it's good to be reunited with our doggie. She was very much missed on our Cornwall trip. She had a fantastic time. She was getting lovely big walks every day by the two lovely ladies that looked after her. And it just gave us a little bit more time just with Teddy. So yeah, fun was had by all. But it's nice to be back all together.
We can't. It's really chilly.
Willow doesn't think so. She's loving it. No, I haven't finished my workout. We are just going at the pace of a slug today, okay? Thank you, watch. We've been out for 35 minutes and we've got nowhere. We are currently running at Ted's pace. Even Willow's looking at me like, are you having a laugh? Is this a walk or is this just a meander through life? And it is the latter, Willow. So sorry to disappoint, but we can only go as fast as the slowest man, and this man is the slowest by far. But if in doubt, roll in fox poo. Hey, why are you tickling me? Hey, step back, step back, step back. So as we're only 3.5 weeks out from this event, we're just going to have to get out as much as we can in the short amount of time that we do have. Then just hit it as hard as we can on the day. Yeah, but lovely little bits of additional training like Teddy jumping on your shoulders because he's too tired. Helps a lot, especially when he's hanging off your cheekbones and your ears and your nostrils and everything else. Just adds to that sort of unexpected scenario we may face. Oh, he's chewing my hat now. Brilliant. After we got back from our morning adventure down the woods, we thought we would head up to the Bridge HQ veggie patch to see how they were doing after being left alone for a week to their own devices. And we were very pleasantly surprised, as Teddy had been asking for weeks and weeks if he could pick some of the veg, and due to them not being ready, I had to politely decline. Until today, it was time for our little boy to finally pick his own vegetables in his own garden.
Let's go wash these.
You want to go wash them?
Yes.
Well, we've got some nice tomatoes and spring onion for our salad. I need to show you something.
What, Daddy?
Daddy came in here the other day, and to my absolute wild surprise, we have grown cucumbers which are genuinely worthy of a reward. Look at this, Dad. Are you going to cut it? That's a cucumber. Daddy grew that. Put it in your bowl. So go and wash that as well. Is that not incredible? Actual proper cucumber. But look at it in there. The squash is growing. The cucumbers are going mad. My avocado trees. Even my chili plants are doing well. I'll give you a quick tour. Carrots, squash, my cucumber plant, lettuce. These are my 2 avocado trees. Look at them bad boys. They're doing so well. But this cucumber plant's just taken over. Look, I've got another one growing in there. Look. Madness. Asparagus still going strong. Chili number 1, chili 2, chili 3. But yeah, all doing well. Got the veg.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Good job! With all the veg picked and washed, it was then on to our next stage of entertaining our little boy whilst we worked our way through the 3rd load of washing from our holiday, and that goes by the name of Marble Run, which if anyone has ever done Marble Run with a toddler, you will know it's flipping carnage. Don't worry about the mess, guys, but look at this for a Marble Run! Woo! You're in trouble. Right, let's fix it. Let's try again.
What's that funny?
That's it. You've got to be gentle. Daddy's just taken 20 minutes to build all of this. Here they go. Quick, grab some more. Gently, gently, gently. Hey, now watch. Here they go. Meanwhile, Willow's upside down, not knowing what the hell's going on. That Marble Run is something else. Look at it go. Woohoo! Ready, ladies and gentlemen? What a great success. Should have been an engineer. Are you meant to have your t-shirt tucked in your pants?
What?
Are you meant to have your t-shirt tucked in your pants?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Can you imagine being this chilled in life? That whilst all this Marble Run carnage with Teddy, Willow is just snoozing her way through it with not a care in the world. Oh, to be a dog.
Fire in the down, the fire in the down, high over the fire in the down. Yeah.
I see you're tucking all your soft animals into Willow. Just make sure you don't bash her though, darling, because she's trying to sleep.
I'm gonna put her some cuddly toys around her, so she don't fall out.
So she doesn't fall out of sleep, or? I'm sorry, Willow. I had to put up with this for a week in the caravan. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Oh, Mickey and Minnie are coming to the party. Gently with her. What are you going to say for yourself?
Party games.
Party games. It's only party games. Party games. So whilst we were away in Cornwall, obviously we did a hell of a load of walking, and I don't know if anyone remembers, but something that we absolutely need to make sure we get right for our 50+ mile walk is that we have the right footwear. So for Kate's birthday, I bought her a pair of On Cloud walking boots, and if you don't know On Cloud, they're a brand that have just taken over the running market by storm, and so they pride themselves in comfort, and their footwear say that it almost feels like you're walking on a cloud. So me thinking I didn't just want to go for an average pair of walking boots, because what we are doing is an average. A 50-mile walk when we are not used to walking that sort of length is huge. So I wanted to go for a premium brand with maximal comfort, and that's what we did. And obviously when we went to Cornwall, we had loads of 10-kilometre sort of walks, which is nowhere near the 50 miles that we will be doing, and both of us experienced huge amounts of pain. Bear in mind we both have the same walking boots. We have got back, and I've tried to send them back, and they are unable to be taken back or refunded or replaced because we have used them and we're out of the 30-day warranty. So we've just had to stomach that one, and I am now trying out a new boot called Hooker, which once again are a premium running brand, and hopefully these will do the job. I am now at the end of this walk, and they are not super comfortable, but I am not in pain, so I guess that is progress. But we plan to go on a big walk on Wednesday and hopefully give these boots a good trial run, but we shall keep you updated as we need to sort this out fast. But with all my walking boot issues aside, thank goodness I've got a water bottle that I can trust. And if you want one of these, click the link in the description below to head to our merchandise website, as these are bloody awesome. So after yesterday's walk in my second pair of boots that I am trying out, I wasn't overly happy, but I thought I'd give them another go on a treadmill this morning in the gym. I put them on for 2 kilometers and I had to get off because my feet were hurting. So I have basically decided to go and pay to have my feet addressed and go on a treadmill, which is where they record your running gait, so the kind of the archway in your foot, to see if my running or walking stride is dipping off to one side or the other, which could cause pain in my feet, ankles, knees, etc. So it is something that I thought of doing a long time ago, but I never actually got around to doing it. But if there is a time for me to be able to actually look into this further, it is now. And so I'm heading to this running shop now, and I'm going to go and get my feet diagnosed and see how wonky they are. So it's all unknown until I actually go there and experience it. But let's go and see what the crack is with my feet, and hopefully rectify this walking boot problem, as we haven't got long to firstly train, but secondly till this big event. So let's go and do it. Well, that didn't quite go to plan. They didn't do as many checks as I had thought, to be honest. It's a specific running shop, and they basically put me on a treadmill and looked at my stride and looked at my boots that I was wearing, and they said it all looks normal and where it should be. So the only piece of information they told me is that they would potentially go up a half size in walking boots, which allows you to wear thicker socks. So it hasn't really helped me out a great deal, but even when I went on the treadmill, I could feel my 2 blisters coming under my heel, which isn't good, ladies and gentlemen. But there is a store which sells loads of walking boots in the town that I'm in, so I may just go and have a try on a few there and see what they feel like, and compare them to the ones I've got, and save keep buying them off the internet. Onwards and upwards to the walking boot shop I go. Might as well get it all done whilst I'm in town and hopefully get to the bottom of this walking boot saga. I am no further on my quest to try on 3 pairs of boots, and they feel like walking boots, and because I'm not walking anywhere, they don't rub. And so I find myself in a predicament of walking away, not having bought any more boots, but potentially with the thought process that I need to size up in walking boots because your feet will swell, especially over 50 miles. So back home to the drawing board, and maybe I'll send my new boots back and get a size 10. Oh, the boot dramas. Whilst I let the dust settle with my boot drummers, I thought I'd cook a smoked beef brisket lasagna from scratch. So I shoved the brisket on the barbecue to smoke over oak wood for 3 hours, and in the meantime I thought I'd put this year's harvest to good use by chopping up my own garlic and chilies and making my own garlic and chili oil. Delicious. With the oil done, it was time to make my sauces for my lasagna. First up, I cut some of our homegrown shallots, which I found actually extremely emotional, partly because they were homegrown and my overwhelming pride of growing my own veg got to me, but secondly, that's what happens when you cut onions. I started off by adding my homegrown shallots and garlic to a deep pan of oil, and then I added 250 grams of chopped mushroom, which I forgot to film as I was still crying about my shallots. Then I gave everything a good stir and let the smell of our homegrown food waft through the house. I then added a couple of homegrown tomatoes, not that I needed them or they were in the recipe, but they were homegrown, and why the hell not? And then I went to go and check on the brisket, and it was looking flipping gorgeous. I then waddled back inside and returned back to my fragrant pot of homegrown goodies, flipped my tea towel over my shoulder because that's what all professional chefs do on telly. Then I had a bite of my homegrown cucumber because every professional chef needs a little delicious snack. Then it was time for some more flavour. I added some dried oregano, should have been homegrown but my one died. 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, a couple of bay leaves I pulled off a bay tree in the garden, some homegrown rosemary and some homegrown thyme, and then I realised I should have put the wine in before the homegrown herbs, so I took them all out one by one and then added my 450 ml of red wine. And then you guessed it, re-added my homegrown herbs back in to bathe in the wine and let it simmer away until the wine had reduced. Once the wine had reduced and all the alcohol was gone, sad times, I then added 200 ml of beef stock, 2 teaspoons of red wine vinegar and then 400 grams of chopped tomato. Well, I actually added about 50 grams and then realised I didn't cut a big enough hole, so I made a bigger hole and then poured in the other 350 grams and gave it all a really good stir, by which time my beef brisket had finished smoking and flipping out, it looked absolutely sublime. And it was time to get it off the barbecue, so I waddled it back inside, put the brisket in the sauce to braise for a further couple of hours in all of my homegrown juices. Put my homegrown lid on. No, wait, sorry, that was a lie. That came with the saucepan. And then it was time to make the white lasagna sauce. Thank goodness, we're finally getting there. And as we're on a different sauce, probably a good time to change up the music. Whoa, too fast, Scott, too fast. How about something a little bit more Italian as we're making lasagna? Let's try this. Much better. Anyway, where were we? Yes, white sauce. I added 75 grams of flour and slowly stirred it into the 75 grams of pre-melted butter. Then it was time to add 800 ml of whole milk in stages as you continually stir the sauce. Now, the trick to a successful white lasagna sauce is actually getting the milk inside the saucepan rather than everywhere else but the saucepan. Bloody milk everywhere! But once I finally mastered it, we were cooking on gas. Literally. I then realised it was probably time to change my cooking utensil from a spoon to a whisk, as nobody likes a lumpy white sauce. Once I'd finally added all of the 800 ml of whole milk, it was time for the cheese, 150 grams of cheddar and 100 grams of parmesan, and also 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, which I forgot to film as I was still crying over my shallots. With the white sauce whisked within an inch of its life, it should come out smooth and stringy exactly like this. Cholesterol City. With the white sauce done, it was time to pull the beef from its bath and shred it up, which didn't take much shredding as the beef was literally falling apart. Once it was all done, I slid it back into the bath, ready to finally start the construction of this legendary homemade lasagna. My goodness, I'm hungry. Now for the layers. I started firstly with a layer of red meaty sauce, minus the complimentary bay leaf as I didn't want anyone to choke. Then I spread it all out evenly, and then it was for a layer of pasta, making sure all of the red sauce was covered, and then for a layer of the creamy, cheesy white sauce. Once the first layer was constructed, then I repeated this 2 more times, and then, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally had the most delicious, the most creamy, the most cheesy, the most scrumptious, legendary homemade lasagna that ever lived. But now the lasagna was constructed, it was time to put it in the oven for 35 minutes at 180 degrees and await the arrival of this absolute masterpiece. And just like that, the smoky beef bridge lasagna was served, and I always like to give an honest review of how good it really was. So out of 10, it was a 9.9. The only reason why it wasn't a 10 was it was a little bit salty from all the unexpected tears going in from crying over my shallots. But that's the perfect time to end that video there. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. A huge thank you to our Life for the Bridges family members, and remember, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised. We'll catch you in the next one, chaps. I'm off to eat my lasagna.